Hello, fam. Today we are at the Kumasi City Mall. This is Calvin from TechGenez, and you are welcome to today's street quiz. And we'll be asking random people whether they would prefer an iPhone or an Android. All right, so we're here with
Abdul Karim,
Abdul Karim. It's very simple: an Android phone or an iPhone. Which do you prefer?
an Android phone.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
because if you, because in the world we're living in, right, you're not cool unless you use iPhone, and the world is being identified in a way that if you use Android, you're like a meme, you're like broke and stuff like that. So, and me, like to be honest, I just want to prove that you don't need to carry an iPhone to be a cool person. You don't need to carry an iPhone to look rich because a lot of influencers and famous people carry iPhone, and therefore because they influence the people, they look like as if those people are like, they make them look like as if they are broke. Therefore, so my main point is just that the iPhone is actually dominating through influencing people and making people think that, oh, if you don't use iPhone, you are broke. However, that's why I choose Android. And me, I believe that I don't need to use an iPhone to look cool and cool girls or others. Yeah, so I prefer an Android.
So you know, you don't even need any phone to pull girls. I don't think you need any phone to
Oh
pull
yeah, but
girls.
then sometimes, like for example, like if you have, girls look at your clothes and all this, and especially your phone too. So like your phone too plays a key. If you, for example, if you bring a iPhone and you bring an Android, because an iPhone is like a better quality, is actually better quality, but like in our society, it looks like if you use an iPhone, you're cool, right? You have money in a way. So if you have an iPhone, if you bring a guy who has an iPhone, a guy who has an Android, the girl will actually go for the guy with the iPhone, even if both are like the same people, they have the best personality and that, but the iPhone can actually play a role. Yeah.
You know, right? It's that he said it all. He's literally said it all. iPhones are like a social status thing these days. But then little did they know, even some Android phones cost like twice as much as iPhones because Charlie Samsung Z Flip, Z Fold, crazy stuff they're doing over there. But then shout out to Samsung by the way. But then thank you very much for your
You're
time,
welcome.
and then it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. So today we're here with
Daniel.
hello Daniel. It's two simple questions: an Android phone or an iPhone. Which would you prefer?
Hmm. Okay. So I don't have a huge preference between an Android phone or an iPhone. When I got my very first phone, actually was a flip phone. I think like a Nokia or something like that. And then eventually I ended up getting an iPhone. I think because it was easier integrated with other people that had iPhones. But I would be okay with also having an Android. It just is a thing that I think once you have all of your data on an iPhone, they're easy to integrate among other iPhone and Apple products. So yeah,
So I think you'd rather prefer the iPhone because of easy integration and being in the Apple ecosystem. So I think you'd prefer Apple. So what kind of phone do you use right now?
so right now I have a iPhone 13 mini.
Okay, okay. I think Apple stopped making that phone.
They did, yeah. Not a lot of people like the small, but I like it to be small. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. That's great. That's great. That's great. And thanks so much for your time. And we hope to see you. All right. So now we're here with
Vasti,
Randy.
Bridget,
So today we're here with Vasti, Randy, and Bridget. And it's two simple questions: Android or iPhone. Which do you prefer and why? So which do you prefer?
iPhone.
iPhone.
Yeah.
I'll go for Android. Android.
iPhone.
iPhone. So two Androids. Hey, sorry, one Android, two iPhones. Okay. Why?
Because of iPhone, the camera quality is very nice. Yeah, you can't compare with the Samsung. Yeah, that's it.
So camera, she prefers the camera on the iPhone. And what about you?
With me, Android is very simple to go. I don't care about the camera quality on those stuffs. I'm cool with the Android version.
He prefers the simplicity. He doesn't want any complications. Yeah. So please, what about you?
iPhone. iPhone because iPhone runs faster than the Android phone.
Okay, she prioritizes speed, so she prefers Apple over Android. Okay. Um, the next one is what kind of phones are you using right now?
iPhone 30 Pro Max.
Can we see it, please? Wow. Ish. Cash.
And I'm also using XR and Motorola.
Okay, an XR and a Motorola. So even though he prefers the Android, he still has an iPhone too.
Esa,
An iPhone XR. Okay, so a 10R or an XR. So thank you very much for your time, and we look forward to seeing you later. So we are here with
Roy,
Ciao, ciao.
okay, Roy and Charles, right? Okay. So today's free quiz is very simple. Android or Apple, iOS, an iPhone. Which would you prefer?
iOS, Apple, which is Apple.
I prefer Apple, yeah.
Hey, they're both saying they prefer Apple. Oh. Why? Why do you pick Apple?
I'll take Apple because of the camera quality.
Camera quality.
I think Apple has a better camera quality than Android, so I'll pick Apple for that.
Samsung today, I beat them to them. Camera.
Yeah, the full Apple them a vibe. That'd be the same for that boy. See, of the way the phone the features and stuff, that's why I would pick Apple over iOS.
Okay, y'all know they, y'all know they. It's all good, it's all good. He prefers Apple. Roy prefers Apple.
Oh, I prefer Apple. And because they have more features than Android. You can't play iMessage on Android, you understand? But you can play on Apple. And it's okay.
Okay, it seems Chairman is into iMessage games. No be easy. Alright, so what kind of phones do you use?
14 Pro.
A Charlie 14 Pro. Hey, please, can I hold it? I beg. Charlie, you know it's your dynamic island and sons. Hey, Charlie, you be so. See now, what about you? iPhone X. Charlie, you be so. Alright, it seems they know what they're about. They prefer um iOS over Android, and it's quite obvious that they all have their own iPhones too. So, Charlie, thanks for God bless. Y'all know the- what you are saying, what you are saying. Okay, bro. Alright, so today we are here with Stanley. Stanley, it's just two simple questions: an Android phone or an iPhone, and why? So, an Android phone or an iPhone? Okay, I prefer Android. Android. Why? iPhone is too much expensive than yeah, it costs too much. Yeah, that's true, Charlie, because right now looking at the rate of the dollar and things. Oh, Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. So, yeah. Yeah, he's using a ram. Yeah, so yeah, he'd rather prefer an Android over an iPhone because their prices are cheaper, relatively cheaper. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So thanks for your time. God bless.